Hi everyone, this is Jasmine here, back with another video for you to talk about taxes and new updates that are going to be effective this year in January 2022 and moving forward. Let's quickly talk about these three different types of 1099 forms and in what instance might you receive either of these forms. The first one being 1099 miscellaneous, you would probably receive if you were receiving royalties for a song or a movie or a book that you wrote in the past that is still producing money for the company who purchased it from you. You might also receive a 1099 miscellaneous statement if you were renting out some property that you received rents for. There's multiple instances where you might receive a 1099 miscellaneous statement. In the past, you would receive a 1099 miscellaneous statement if you were paid as an independent contractor, but as of last year, we now have a second type of 1099 form, which is called a 1099 NEC. The 1099 NEC was created as an entirely new form to essentially replace independent contractors being paid their pay on a 1099 miscellaneous. So there used to be a 1099 miscellaneous statement that would report a plethora of different reasons why someone might have been paid, but because that 1099 miscellaneous form was causing too many problems for IRS reporting of self-employment taxes due by independent contractors, they decided it's entirely better to just take out the 1099 NEC, non-employee contract filing, out of the 1099 miscellaneous and have it be its own separate form. So I hope I didn't confuse you. I want to make a quick clarification here to say, in the past, you had a 1099 miscellaneous form, just one form, that reported 6-7 different kinds of income according to which box that income was written in on the 1099 miscellaneous form. But because it was causing too many problems for people who needed to report 1099 miscellaneous income for independent contract work, the IRS decided it's better to just extract the filings related to 1099 independent contractors out of the 1099 miscellaneous form and have an entirely separate form related to 1099 contractors that need to file taxes as self-employed individuals. If you are an Uber driver, a DoorDash driver, or you work for VIP Kid ESL teaching or any other job that pays you as an independent contractor and not as an employee, you would be getting a 1099 NEC that you need to put on your tax return and of course deduct a lot of expenses that are eligible business expenses against that 1099 so that you're not paying taxes on the entirety of the 1099 amount. Okay, so the third and final kind of 1099 form that you might receive, which is all the uproar regarding this year, is a 1099K statement. In the past, you would only receive a 1099K statement if you processed more than $20,000 in transactions by your merchant and or 200 transactions individually. At this point, January 1st of 2022 and moving forward, the American Rescue Plan of 2021 has changed the law regarding 1099Ks to be effective as of a $600 increment and up, to be issued as of the time that an individual receives $600 or more in payments, regardless of whether that's in one transaction or 600 transactions. In addition to the changes that were made regarding the threshold at which someone would receive a 1099K statement for their business transactions, there has also been a change made to who might issue a 1099K statement to you. In the past, you were really only worried about receiving a 1099K statement if you sold products or services online and you had services such as, Visa, MasterCard, Square, so on and so forth set up to receive payments for you. And we didn't have to be worried about receiving tax statements for sending each other money on Venmo or Cash App or even through Zelle. That has changed. Because there are too many service workers, gig workers, and or let's just say entrepreneurs that are receiving and being paid money by way of Zelle and Venmo and Cash App and really just any merchants that transfer money from one person to another without having an IRS obligatory reporting in place, it's created an issue where people are just charging people on Cash App and Venmo and Zelle and not reporting their income. So remember, it's always best to report all of your income by having it directly deposited into one single business bank account so that you don't have to be worried about the headache of who you charged via what platform and whether that platform has crossed a threshold of when they are going to issue you a tax statement or not. Also, the most important thing that I want to make sure that we discuss in this video is how does this affect you if you are an individual and not a business owner? We squared away that if you're a business owner, the best business practice is to make sure that you deposit all of your business earnings and revenues into a single business bank account so that at the end of the year, you're able to take your profit and loss statement, look at the total gross revenues you had, and that number should be the total number of all the 1099s that you are receiving if you are expecting 1099s from multiple places. And remember, not every entity is responsible for issuing you a 1099. So it is the case that you might make $200,000 from a company, and because of the way you are classified as an entity, that company may not be responsible for issuing you a 1099. So there would be no record of that income unless you had it deposited into your business bank account. For individuals, best practices are not going to be anything similar to that of businesses because, of course, individuals are not trying to keep track of their total income. For individuals, rather, the goal is to make sure that we can keep track of funds that we send to friends and family, and especially to keep track of funds that we receive from friends and family so as to ensure that we are not going to have to report that as taxable income at the end of the year. So take the example that you have a really generous aunt and she likes to send you $1,000 every now and then here every quarter for your birthday, maybe for Christmas here and there. Since that is gift money to you that's being sent to you for your birthday or maybe for a graduation and so on and so forth, surely it's not taxable income. But because it exceeds the $600 threshold that is now the new threshold for 1099K issuance, Venmo or Zelle or Cash App, whoever the merchant might be that your aunt used to send you that $1,000 for your birthday, will now be issuing you a 1099K statement at the end of the year for receiving that $1,000 from your aunt, whether she sends it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times in a year. It doesn't matter because once by itself, it has exceeded the $600 threshold. In that event, you are going to need to keep very diligent records as an individual to be able to justify at the end of the year when you get this 1099K statement that the monies you received through this 1099K were not taxable income funds, but rather gifts or reimbursements or donations, so on and so forth. All right, guys, thank you so much for tuning into another video. I will do my best to continue making short videos like this since we've gotten such good feedback from all of you in the VIP Kid group, as well as everyone in all the audiences that are watching this video. I will continue to make small videos that I find helpful to you to learn tits and bits pieces of information that are relevant this tax season and moving forward. Thank you again so very much for tuning in. I sincerely appreciate your support from either watching this video or being a client. And with that having been said, if you are looking forward to onboard as a client, whether you are a returning client or a new client, we are so happy, pleased, and honored to have you. If you could kindly please contact us only and only on the business email address and business phone number, I would sincerely appreciate that from the bottom of my heart. It really truly helps me keep my routine and my system and all my business affairs in order so that I can respond in a timely manner to everyone who is contacting us for tax season this year. Thank you again so much. Have a great rest of your day, and we look forward to working with you soon. Bye-bye.